What's poppin', you guys? Y'all are now linked into another episode of House of Harlem Studio. We have a lot of chat in the house as usual. We're going to be interviewing a wonderful, beautiful artist. She goes by the name of Cashew. She'll be jumping on a little later. But we have a lot of other extra things to speak about outside of our interview, all right? We have another Karen on the loose. We have another Karen on the loose, and we're going to have to talk about these things because they're getting out of control. But is it possible that Karen's outbreak is going to lead to someone else's success? We definitely are going to have to chat that up. Apparently, Mr. Bill Cosby is definitely making sure that his name is cleared all the way through. So he is working hard and diligently to make sure that you put some respect on his name. And like he said from the beginning, I ain't snitch and I ain't do nothing. So we're going to have to talk about this because people have their sentiments about whether he did or didn't commit the acts that which allegedly led him to be arrested. But whatever, we'll get to it. We have a lot of other things to speak about. Obviously, y'all know I am never going to let out about the Rona, right? So apparently, there has been a different strand that's out. We're going to talk about all this, all right? We're going to get into it. We're going to play a couple of extra videos because y'all know my motto, make it make sense, all right? That's all I'm asking. That's all I am asking. Peace to the gods and goddesses out there. I also have, I'm gonna call this a herb. I have something that I want to discuss. I want to, once again, y'all know I'm all about the health, right? And I have a big surprise coming up very soon, should I say? And but I'm all about the health. Health is first and foremost. The health is the wealth. Without no health, there's nothing else. That is primary, okay? That is paramount. So we're going to talk about the health. We have a word out there, and we're just going to do a little research because every once in a while we got to drop those jewels. When when I learn of something, you know I like to pass it on. Okay, that's point blank and period. You know, Kid got you covered, right? I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to my co-host, my headache and my pain. That's my co-worker. He's definitely my co-worker, Shaka. Hey, Shaka. Woo! Hey, how you doing? He's quiet for now, but y'all know y'all gonna hear his voice, right? It's a case of I'll be quiet, but I'll be talking again. All right, Craig? Anyway, I want to give a shout out to my other co-host, Waji. You know he's going to be on the ones and twos in the chat room. We definitely going to have him in there. And shout out to all my moderators. There are some people who were moderators on our previous platform that is still right now in discovery. We're not going to even get into that. But there are, and we're still trying to work out the kinks on how to throw this ranch to somebody else. It's beyond me. We have a lot of more interviews coming up, but y'all already know I like information, right? Information is key. We got to talk about the cosmics and the gods and goddesses. However, do we got something to play real quick?
The 30-second clip.
Let's play a little clip. Let's play a little clip real quick, and we'll get back to you. All right? Shout out to everyone out there. Make sure you hit that like button and share this link, cause we got some information. I don't. All right, y'all. That was a little glimpse, a little something of the goddess that will be coming on later on, you know, in a short period of time. All right, but until then, let's get the room filled up. Let's get the room filled up, because it's nothing but ambiance over here. Y'all already know. I got like some real cranberry juice. I mean, literally not a tad, not even a little snippet of sugar in there. Trying to flush the system out. Excuse me, correction. I am working on flushing the system out. We ain't trying to do nothing over here. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how you guys are doing. Like, I'm just feeling really great, meeting new people, learning new people. We have a very big rollout concert that will be taking place tomorrow in Queens. So if you want to see me up and close and personal, I'm not trying to say I'm important or whatever. I'm important to myself. Or you happen to want to see Beanie Siegel, Freeway, Stevie J from Love and Hip Hop, and a plethora of other people, please come out. It's in Queens, New York. When I tell you that it's going to be packed in there, it's going to be packed. I am hearing that it's going to be extremely hot. It's going to be real hot, but it's all good. I'm going to be working. I'm going to work that room and make sure that I get a lot of footage, a lot of interviews, and just pretty much interact with people, network, and see where the day brings me. So make sure you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, because that's where I'll be on live. The flyer will be going up. All right. The flyer is going to go up, and you'll get to see your girl in action. I hope all is well out there right now. I want to keep encouraging you guys to stay strong, and also be diligent. All right. Rona is not over. Things are not over. There are certain things that I would love to speak to you about on this platform, but unfortunately, due to the rules and regulations in the community room, we are not allowed to speak about them. But if you go on our Patreon account, which we gotta put a video up, we gotta do an advertisement with our Patreon, you will be able to really dig deep into the juicy stuff as far as our findings and what we're finding. But I know one thing that we're going to talk about today, and I'm just going to throw the question out there now for those who are on. They'll hear it, and there's a pattern happening here. There is an absolute pattern. Okay, thank you. And the pattern when it comes to the Rona is that the people who decide to take the slabber jabber, you know what I'm talking about, right? Once again, we have to be, really discreet on this platform because the bots pick up on certain words and algorithms, so we have to be clever, but you know how we do. Those who do decide to take the slabber jabber and stuff like that, it's very interesting to me that most that I've spoken to either A, will take the first dose, but don't take the second, and then and B, I probably haven't spoken to anyone thus far that has not explained to me that the reason why they're taking it is so that they won't be restricted from travels. Now, y'all know my motto, right? Make things make sense. So we definitely will have to dig a little bit deeper into that conversation. It's not adding up to me, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being wrong, okay? I'm okay with learning, all right? And I'm okay with just, once you explain it to me, it makes sense, I'm all good, all right? So the goddess right now is a little bit lost, but I'm pretty sure y'all out there is going to make sure I get it right. Because if you make that sound decision to take it, then why wouldn't you go through the whole process, right? That defeats the purpose, right? So, and then a lot of people are traveling that decided not to take it. So are you misinformed as to what the restrictions are? But nevertheless, to say it is a conversation that we're going to have to use wordplay, right? So this is the slabber jabber. The other thing is Rona. Y'all know what I'm talking about with that. And those are the words that we're going to use on this platform so that we don't get flagged for some odd reason. I got an herb to talk about. I get excited about the herbs. I get really excited. I know you're saying, like, whoa, what is this? I'm definitely going to delve into that a little bit. But shout out to the chat. Who's in the chat right now? Yes, let's keep things rolling. We got a video. There's a Karen out. I was going through the social media trying to learn, because when I look at certain things or look at certain stories, I really try my best to analyze it from a non-biased perspective, right? Whether it's a male or female, whether it's whether it has something to do with a white person or a black person, and just really, it got to make sense, right? So I'm looking at this Karen situation, and someone had made mention that the first time I ever encountered or saw a Karen, right, and their behavior was a scene in color purple. And no lie, most could relate to that. That is very, very interesting, right? I can't remember the name of the character, right? This white lady. And do you remember the name of the characters on Color Purple? Now, the lady who had the missing eye, where she said, "I love Harper, but Harper sure ain't gonna put his hands on me." And remember, she was kind of like the rebellious type of there was a white lady who she would have these outbreaks. She would hit her, she would treat her bad, but then she would have these outbreaks. She would play the innocent role. Oh, she did this to me, she did that to me. And it's just very interesting when you really look at it from a conscious perspective, that a lot of things around us kind of really mold our mentality and mold what we perceive the world to be. And I think all of us, we all fall subject to that. And by default, we don't really realize that some of these movies play a role in our day-to-day lives and how the perception of life in itself. I really want to have a conversation with people, because I really want to know what y'all think about that. That's very, very interesting to me. I really didn't see that. Now, word on the block is that there are a lot of Karens out there, all right? And I'm just really kind of like rereading what people are saying out there. And a couple of women stated that, well, these are the women that our men claim they want to be with because of our downfalls. So I found that very interesting too. I don't know what y'all think about that. Let me know out there. I was like, I never thought about it that way. So I'm just throwing that out there. I want to have a discussion. I don't know what line my engineer want people to call on today, but I definitely want you guys to call in, because a brother made mention of something, and I definitely want to talk about that right now until our time is close, which is about 5 to 15 minutes for my guest to come on through Zoom. We're going to do Zoom today. Usually we have the face-to-face interview, but we're doing Zoom today, which is still good. But I want to read something that a man had made mention on social media, and I want you guys to give me a commentary about it, because once again, we have a new God out there, and our new God, is giving his insight on how men and women should interact with one another, how men should court women, and how women should behave, and the roles that both parties should be playing. Our new God, right? A name that shall not be mentioned, right? And this is no shade towards the person, because I don't have the pleasure to sit there literally and listen to every little detail of what he speaks about, but I definitely did watch some videos, and the little that I watched pretty much is primarily the information that I'm getting from people who have actually been following him and listening to him for a while. I did have a guest on here who claimed that after, she would know more about him because she followed him, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, she even paid to be in some group, which I never knew about. But whatever the case might be, she used the word narcissist, and she was convinced of that after listening to him for over a year, because she also wanted to get some insight on what are the best ways to be in a relationship. I'm looking for this post now. Please forgive me, because this is something that I really wasn't going to really talk about, but I just wanted to bring it up now. I may have to paraphrase. I wanted to read exactly what he wrote, because I said to myself, wow, that's interesting. And I wonder if, how many men really feel like this, because he was just stating that women are loved, children are loved, and I believe even pets or dogs are loved, but men aren't loved unless they have money. I could be wrong. Let me get it. I'm saying to myself, wow, we didn't even think about it like that. The men out here feeling like they ain't getting no love. What's going on with that? We gotta show the brothers some love. So here is it. All right. Here is the post. I don't know if you guys could see it. I don't know if you guys could see it. However, how are you? He stated, and I quote, "Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the conditions that he provides something." Right? And this is coming from The Game, a very known rapper here in the Americas, in the USA. And I'm pretty sure he's known all across the world, you know, in UK and Europe. What do you guys think? Like, how do you feel about that comment? Oh, let me read what some women and men said in response to that too. Let me read that. A very known person by the name of Tasha K. She has a really large platform. And she asked a question under this statement. And the question was, if you are a woman who takes care of a man entirely, hit this like button. All right. I want to throw that question out there because once again, there's a person who I am by all means being sarcastic when I say we have a new God out here. A lot of men and women are following this man in every way, shape, and form, and there seems to be more division than there is help within certain truths, because sometimes people can speak, or within their conversation can speak about certain truths, and they use that as leverage for their underlying agenda. But that's neither here or there, right? Someone says, and I believe this could be a man, says, it feels like there is truth and lies to this, meaning this statement. Someone else said, this is true and false. Once again, it appears to be another man. And it says, I'll let Game break it down for y'all, so ask him, not me. Laughing out loud. Someone wrote, it's tough being a man, and the definition of what it means to be a quality man is all over the place, right? Very interesting that that person wrote that. Manhood isn't a monolith. I can understand the reality of men feeling less celebrated in today's world, right? And I'm loving the women's affirmation and empowerment movement. I have a big voice in it, and yet there is certainly something missing when it comes to validating men and affirming their uniqueness. A missed opportunity for sure, but that's what happens when the pendulum swings. I believe it will be balanced out in time. I hope so. I really, really hope so. I hope that there is balance, because from my observation, this is just my opinion, we are in a spiritual war. We are in a physical war. We are in a sexist war, a battle of the sexes, all right, where male and female seem to be warring with each other. Like, what's going on, and if we keep doing this, and I know I may do this sometimes out of frustration and aggravation, and like I said, it's like I really am working hard on catching myself, especially with all these memes and all, or whatever, and you can relate to it to some extent. But if we keep doing this, we're not going to be able to have enough of this. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? The men did something in 1942. The women did something in 1867. The woman did something in 1749. We can just keep going back and back and back in history and pointing the fingers, and we're not going to get anywhere. At the end of the day, honestly, I don't know who would disagree. Like, what is the solution? All right? There are going to have to be some serious conversations, yes, that are going to be uneasy, right? As far as making sure we hold each other accountable when we're talking about accountability. But at the same time, we can't dwell on it. It's like, okay, I see that this may be an issue, is a reoccurring thing. We just gotta address it. You know, it can't be a situation, but you doing this or but you doing that, because it's just we're not gonna get nowhere. It's either that, if you wanna form some union, or literally we may have to be apart and be distinct, be like the dinosaurs, no longer existing. All right. So those are only two options. You know. So it's interesting. My interviewer is going on now. She should be coming in now. I'm so excited. Let's work it out. Ooh, 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 ooh. How y'all doing out there? How you doing out there? How you doing out there? How you doing out there? You know I'm silly. I am too silly. Just take your time. Take your time. My hair and my face. I gotta like this, you know. I'm gonna be on my best behavior, you guys. Once again, make sure y'all hit that like button and please share this link. All right? Because let me explain something to you guys. We're about to get into it with the gossip and stuff. All right? Is Bill Cosby right or wrong? All right? He is working very hard to clear his name after the fact. He ain't playing. And we got to talk about this Karen. All right? We got to definitely talk about this Karen. The beautiful goddess is about to get on the platform. I'm so excited. So when my engineer is ready, we're about to get into this conversation. So I want y'all to stay tuned because we got plenty more conversation happening after that. Peace to the God. All right, take your time. She'll be on in a minute. Take your time. I'm laughing. The text. I hear you, God. I hear you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I have a lovely goddess coming on. Gorge. Just so gorge. I love it. Love all the beauty. Do you want to do it that way? Ay, ay, ay. I'm like, I think probably I've done interviews this way. Maybe, I can't recall. I know I did one with, I did like 3, I think, 2 or 3 outside of this. I like, you know, the up close and personal, type of interviews, but this is always a breath of fresh air for it to even be an option, you know, because back in the days when they didn't have like Zoom and other platforms, I'm pretty sure you know, it was what it was. So if the person was unavailable or were in another state, we were out of luck. So I'm very grateful for this to even be an option. And once my engineer gets it, you know, to where he need to get it, then we all up and rolling. I do appreciate you guys hitting that like button. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the subscriptions. We will continue to get back to where we were because we had a whole nother platform, as I stated. and I was kind of like I was like discouraged in a way. I felt like whatever. Peace, goddess. How are you, Cashew? I have to probably take this off, right? Let's get the lovely, beautiful goddess on online.
You gotta unmute your mic.
Hey, how you doing? We gotta turn that down.
Hi,
How you doing? Hey.
I'm wonderful.
I'm happy to have you on. We can't complain, man. We're happy to have you on. I feel like with the energy that I seen you have, and when we had seen your performance, which we played a little snippet of it earlier when we first came on. You had like this big energy. Like I'm telling you, you rocked that whole room. No lie. And so I felt like
Thank you.
I needed to match that. You are looking so beautiful. So
I just took a 12-hour shift today, came home, showered up, got ready, you know what I'm saying?
that's how we do. That's what I call a superwoman. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. So we want to give thanks to the superwoman out there. We want to give thanks.
I be saying, like, I'm going to do what I got to do right now so I can do what I want to do. And working full-time is, like, such a blessing because everything that I get, all the money that I get at work
Right.
is the money that I put into Cashew. You know, me and my manager that we put into Cashew. So, it's like, if I don't work, how are we going to get things done? You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
where I'm at right now, everything is fueling what I really want to do. I be at work and they're like, yeah, you going to make a career out of this? I be like, sure, yeah.
Absolutely.
They don't even know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not the people that I'm targeting. You know?
Right. Right.
So it's just like, they can think whatever. It's not about
Right.
them.
Don't let them kill your dream.
I'm going to be here and I'm going to work hard and do what I got to do, but I really have a plan behind that.
Listen, man. I am elated that you have that type of spirit, because sometimes people just they let you down. You know what I'm saying? They just don't see the bigger picture, and that just reminds me of an interview that Jay-Z had and how he always spoke about people projecting their fear onto you. You know what I'm saying? So if they don't see the greatness in what you're doing and that, yes, you can have this as a damn career, oh well. It doesn't even matter if they're your targeted audience or not. But that's all right. Because when they see Cashew,
When they see you, they're going to be like, oh my God,
I worked with her.
double light.
Okay. And then you're going to be biting your tongue, right? And then you're going to prove to them that anything's possible. But anyway, Cashew, I just want to know a little bit about you because I seen you in Queens. You had just this fire. If they had seen you perform, no lie, they wouldn't be saying that. They would say, she's good at that. This is her right here, right there. Without a shadow of a doubt, we knew that was you. What made you want to get into music? Like, when did you start?
So I started taking it seriously at the end of 2018.
Okay.
That's when I was like, you know what? I be sitting at home making music all the time. Like, I'm just sitting here writing songs, rapping, spitting, singing, listening to instrumentals. I listen to more instrumentals than regular music. Like, I just love beats. So I was like, you know what? Like, I really got to stop playing. And
Right.
I've been freestyling forever. I'm
Oh.
in the parking lot rapping with dudes, rapping with everybody. And, like, I just kind of took a moment thinking to myself, like, so what do you want to do with it? Like, are you just going to sit here forever and just have this and sit on it?
Right.
But I grew up in church. I've always been in music. I've been in the choir my whole life. I'm a pastor's daughter, so Baptist church always, you know, and it just instills in you, like,
Right.
music. Music is just, like, instilled in you. I feel like every single person I know who went to Baptist church, like, his
Yes.
thing, like, we all got that vibrato, you know? So it just comes with it, and then dad, he's the actual minister. You know, he
Ooh.
to this day is like, you know, it's really cool what you're doing, but you got to do it for God. And I'm like, you know, that's cool. And like, that's what's up. But
Right.
that's just not where I'm at. I can only speak on and make music about my life and what I'm doing. And
Right.
I can't preach to people that I'm serving God 100% because I'm not 100%. But I still walk by faith. I still believe in things. You know what I mean?
Of
And
course.
I take from church the things that benefit me, and I be a positive person, give love, share love, and move accordingly. I'm not a negative person. I'm not going to do evil things, but I'm going to make music that pertains to me.
Right.
If I'm talking about I'm chilling, I'm working, I'm drinking, I'm out, that's what I'm doing.
Right.
So it would be unrealistic for me to create the music that my dad wants me to portray.
Right.
Right now at this point in my life. Maybe when I'm 40, I might be like, you know what?
Right.
Hallelujah.
Right. But for right now,
Where I'm at.
right.
This is where I'm at. So that's what I gotta put out. My mom, on the other hand, she's very into church too, but she just like respects me as an adult. Like my dad still looks at me as like this young lady. I'm like, Dad, I'm a woman. This is what I'm gonna do. You could be down with it or not. You don't gotta look at it. I told him. I said,
Right.
Dad, don't look up.
Aw.
Don't do it.
Like, oh my God, that's my daughter.
I heard you shot a music video. And I was like, yeah, I shot a video. He was like, so I want to see it. I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to prep you right now. I said,
Right.
It's a little raunchy. It's
Right.
a little, you know. I said, I'm not naked, but I have really tight clothes on.
Right.
I'm like, you know, and there's some shaking in there. So,
Right.
you know, I prepped him. He still wanted to see it. He was like, you know, you look beautiful. He's like, you always look beautiful. You look great. He was like, your voice is really nice. He's like, I don't really care about what you're saying, and
Right.
if you could take some of the rump shaking out, I'll be cool with that.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
all right, less rump shaking. I can do that for you.
We love
But
you,
I think
Dad.
that- I think him seeing it, like, let him know, like, how serious I am and this is what I'm doing. So he respected it even though he doesn't agree with it.
Right. Well, you know what? I mean, don't you kind of like give thanks for that because you have that balance. You have that masculine energy there, that male there, right? And physically to, you know, really be there. It's almost like he's your protector, but he's not that strict because some parents will be like, no, I don't like it. I don't care if you're 35. You know, so I feel like you kind of like blessed, you know, to be able for him to, you know, be able to work with you with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we got to give thanks.
So blessed.
Yes.
So blessed. Because he's loosening up a little bit. He used to be super, super, super tight.
Right.
And now he's getting better. And, you know, hopefully I could show him that there's other ways to do things.
Right.
And you could be yourself and you don't have to just be on this strict path of life.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, there are a lot of female artists out there, and it may appear like they're being over sexualized. I mean, do you agree or disagree with that?
I do agree with it. I think it's kind of part of the industry, though. Like, let's take, for example, a female rapper who I started rocking with because of her freestyle, which is Megan Thee Stallion, you know? She came out with this hard-hitting freestyle, and she was just really spitting. Then, once she got signed, I feel like they were pushing and forcing her to put out this type of music, to make this type of sound. I'm like, yo, her music don't match like her freestyle.
No,
Because
she's hard.
she really be talking about real life stuff, and then on her song, it's a little more raunchy. We know she could spit. We know she got bars. We know she got that. But the industry and whoever her label is, I'm not sure, have been over-sexualizing her and her beautiful natural body and doing the most with her. And I feel like really on the inside, she kind of wants to push out different type of stuff. You know, she's a scholar, she's in school, she's very intelligent, and I feel like they're like, forget all of that, be sexual, this is what you got to do. For me personally, I mean, of course, some things you can't get away from. It's always going to be a little bit sexual, but one thing I really do not like to speak or rap about is, you know,
Right.
your T-U-S-S-Y, because I feel like we've heard it so much.
Yeah.
And many other lines people could come up with that's different. So that's just a topic I try to stay away from.
Okay.
I would rather spit about, you know, how I feel, how you feeling, what's going on around me, and build a story and throw some bars in it about that.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, anybody can talk about sex. We can all talk about sex. For
It's
25 hours.
It's overrated. Like T-Pain said, I already heard it.
I agree with
we
that.
agree. And let's talk about that. You have a song called what? COVID. What is it? What is the title? Coronavirus. Yo, clever. And I'm like, I don't know where to go with this. So I really want to know, obviously Corona inspired you, but like what perspective are you singing it from? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, stay away from me, I'm coronavirus, so what inspired that? How did that come about? And what is it about?
So the specific line in that one that I was speaking about was like, I got coronavirus, nobody can touch me. And it's just like,
I love it, girl.
I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't touch me, and when you got coronavirus,
Right.
So that was the reference. Then in the song, I'm talking about like being in quarantine. I'm talking about how I said about Trump. I was saying, I might pull a Trump card and gamble with your life.
Right.
Trump is our president during this pandemic.
Right.
Instead of making sure that people were safe, he's like, oh, no, we're good. That's in China. We're okay. There's nothing wrong. Go outside.
Right.
Have fun.
Right.
When really, and I feel like he was just gambling with our lives. Like, it was just, and I wrote it in the time that we were sitting in the house during quarantine.
Right.
So, last year in July, I did catch COVID.
What?
So I was quarantined for 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And I really wasn't happy about it. I mean, nobody would be. But
right,
I
of
wasn't happy
course.
because I was working two jobs. And, like, being quarantined, I'm making less money than I am if I could go to work.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so.
I'm about my business. I need dollars, okay?
That's
Nobody
right.
can do that for me.
And let me tell you something. The song is good. I got coronavirus. Nobody can touch me. Yeah, we gonna play that. You gotta send that because we gonna play that at the end of this live. Let me tell you, that is a dope record. Right, it's a dope.
I got the video on YouTube, so I'm gonna send you the link.
Let me tell you, I enjoyed that. I was like, what? It was clever, it was punchy, and like you said, it was to the point. It was with your experience, what your experience was like. And so I could really appreciate that. And I said, there's something different and unique about you. So on one perspective, it's like, yeah, you're sexy, you're beautiful. We see that, right? But it's not over-sexualized, and we get to appreciate your actual art. We get to appreciate your work because now we're listening to the words, and then you choose these beats, you know what I'm saying? So the instrumental is on point, and that's captivating. So I was like, wow, this is just really, really amazing. So it really was. I'm not an expert in the music world, but lately, because I've been interviewing people, I've gotten to, the opportunity to really love the craft and starts to see certain things because my moderator, he's a producer. So I learned a lot from him, and now I'm able to scout out, okay, what is great talent, right? So I really appreciate that, just your whole package and everything. And I know you're going to be successful without a shadow of a doubt. You come from a great upbringing. You have wonderful and great support. And not only that, the most important thing out of this is that you have great talent. So you have all elements lined up for you, so why wouldn't you have success? You know what I'm saying? You're beautiful, and come on, I mean, it gets no better than that. And you got a dope ass manager. She always working. So with that being said, like, I know you mentioned Megan Thee Stallion, right? So obviously you were feeling her, but outside of her, are there any other women that you feel like you are that you either rap like them or you at least idolize them in some way, shape, or form?
All right. In terms of rapping, like, I don't really think I rap like nobody. That's just how
I take it, girl.
I love, always have and always will. Love me some Nicki Minaj. I was in Jamaica when they was selling her mixtape for $5 going to college. That's how long we've been rapping with Nicki when she was Beam Up Scotty, not the new one she just dropped on Apple Music.
Right, she remixed it.
The original first one, I was like,
I love Nicki.
I feel like we was there for that. And it was just so dope to watch and to see. And I feel like she never did a verse that let me down. Like, she continuously did not let me down. And I'm like a very big critiquer. I mean, not of just women, of all people.
Right, all people.
I'd be like, if you don't make my face go, then it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Go,
the punchlines.
You gotta make me stretch up my face like, ooh. If you don't make me say ooh, it wasn't good.
Yeah, her punchlines are always there. Obviously, her energy is always there. Obviously, she's great at her craft. I really love Nicki Minaj. Now, you being an artist, obviously, you did your research. You already had people lined up that you watched. You're into the instrumentals. Do you feel like, because I don't know how far you are yet in the industry, but do you feel like it's harder for men or women when it comes to this industry? Do you got to come through busting down doors like, listen, y'all gonna respect me, y'all gonna respect my music? Or is it kind of like an equal thing? It doesn't matter if it's male or female.
Well, I think now we're going through a huge shift in the world and in everything. And I feel like women have just been like, like going up so much. And I feel like men have just oversaturated the industry so much that now it's like, oh, okay, it's just another dude rapping. Or a lot of the
They started looking like women.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Well, my engineer said they starting to look like women, which is nothing wrong with that LGBT
like
community.
Well, hey,
but I do see some people, like you said, there's a shift where they came out masculine, but I feel like there's pressure with them, just like it is with women. Like, look at Usher and how he's dressing, and so many other people. Like, it's almost like they're being coerced into doing this as well. But go ahead.
To soften up a little bit.
Right. Right.
Because, trap was running for a while, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like now there's a shift in music. Like, people are kind of more into more chill vibe type music, or like a more blend of music, different genres together. And Afrobeat is taking over. Trap right now is kind of not as exciting as it was when it first came out because they gave us so much of it. We're like exhausted. But usually when I go to a showcase, it's a bunch of guys. I'm one of the only females, and they're all doing trap music. By the time I come up to the stage and actually do like a song or something that people can actually vibe to and not just, feel like they want to shoot and kill, it makes it like my crowd participation is up there because they really feel like, all right, what is she really talking about? And that's the goal for me. At the end of the night, I don't care what happens. I just want all of these people who just watch me to perform to just know my name, and I want them to have a good time. Like, why are you watching me?
Let me tell you something.
Where it's like, I'm going to walk away, but out of artist respect, I'll never do that. And I say to everybody's respect. And I'll be right up in the front showing love because people show love to me.
She do.
I would never walk away, but I'm not staying in my head. I'm like, I'm ready to get out of here.
You ready to get out?
Hype them on. I'm going to still show love. So you got to do that.
Let me tell you something. I bear witness. Her energy, I'm telling y'all, like, some people are great with the artistry part, writing the song, picking out the instrumentals and doing the punchlines, but they suck at performance. You literally are perfect with performance. Don't want to disrespect anyone else or diss anyone. You know what I'm saying? But that night, with all of those performers who did really well, you drew the crowd. It was like being with Dougie Fresh or somebody that was like overly experienced. Like, you know what I mean? You captivated the crowd. You had them going. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely up your element, and I do appreciate you letting us know. That's why I said I got to interview her, because she is really dope. Who is this young lady, this other beautiful young lady who may appear to be your hype woman? Is she your hype woman? I believe she's your sister. Or is she a part of the team? What's going on with that?
So she is a part of the team. That's my sister. Most of the time she styles me. The last show I styled myself, but she does my makeup every time and she does my hair every time. One time we went to this set and like I got rained on before I went inside, and I was like, dang, I'm looking a little crazy. I might need some assistance on stage. And my sister didn't get wet. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, I need you to get on stage and hype me up a little bit.
Right.
I'm not used to doing that, but I'll try. So
Oh.
she hyped me up. We did it that first time, and we did it 4 times ever since. It's our 4th time doing it. And yeah.
So let me find out. She's a natural. She's a natural too, huh?
She a natural. She just energized too, and it's good because she kind of like we look a lot alike. We're 2 years apart, but we look a lot alike. So when I'm on this side of the stage and I got this side of the crowd hype, she on the other side like another me over there, just keeping them up till I come back, and then we switch sides and keep it going. So it started to work so well, and I was like, we should do this until I get enough bread to pay for backup dancers and all that stuff.
Right, right. So what genre of music do you feel like you're going to be fitting into, or are you already fit into? Because you sing as well, right? You do vocals?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, I do.
So,
Yeah.
what do you consider yourself a hip hop artist, or R&B artist? What do you consider yourself?
I would say mostly R&B and hip hop, but I have an unreleased song, and it's a techno joint. I have music, like my main goal, my real goal is to top every chart of every genre. I want to get me a fire country song out there. Like,
I love country.
I love music. Like, I really love music. I listen to a lot of music. And I know people who will be like, oh, that's techno, I ain't listening to that. That's country, I ain't listening to that. But it's like, well, if you actually sat and listen, it's actually a really good song, and you can vibe to it, but you're so stuck in your little box that that's where you want to be at. You could do that. But if you really want to be an artist and create music, you have to, you don't have
open
to
the horizon.
music, but I do. To this day, like, I listen to all the genres. I listen to gospel, I listen to Spanish, I listen to artist, and she's from Sweden. I listen to music. If you got a good flow, melody, and a nice voice on a good beat, it sounds good to me. It don't gotta be hip hop. It don't gotta be R&B.
Girl, I dance to anything.
Everywhere. I want to be everywhere. Like, I don't have a box. I don't have one spot. My goal is just to continue to always be versatile and just show people like there's a new way to do things. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta drape them.
I'm like you. I'm not boxing myself into anything. I don't feel like I have to be obligated to do so. And for me, learning this craft, not on my side, but on your end, if you really want to be a good artist and be damn near on the top charts, you should be listening to everything. And for someone who really loves the craft, that's what they do anyway. They don't never, anyone that I've ever heard be interviewed, they really, you be surprised at what they listen to. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about some hardcore rappers are listening to rock. They're listening to soft music. They're listening to techno music. They're listening to music in other languages, right? For instance, I would have never thought that a basketball player like Kobe Bryant took ballet classes. So this is where you want to be the best is what you want to be. Not to mention, we're talking about music and we're talking about hip hop, right?
Yep.
I feel like people, this is just in my opinion, are obligated to research the people who paved the way for you, because now we're talking about something different. You know what I'm saying? So yes, and I appreciate that you wanting to be versatile and not limiting yourself. And to be honest with you, no disrespect to any other race, but it's all ours anyway. And when you go into history, me being a historian, it stems from us. All this pop, all this rock, all this stuff, it stems from us. And it is a lot of evidence to prove that, substantial evidence to show that this came from your ancestors. So never limit yourself. Now, there are, so obviously you're a young woman, you're going to be versatile. What is your plan right now? What are you planning on doing? Are you going to make singles? Are you going to actually focus on the album? Where are we? What can we look for from you in the near future?
Right now, I'm really going on a single wave. I want to just drop. I have a lot of music that I'm sitting on, and it's just because I be waiting for the right time and everything. But I want to drop a bunch of singles until I get that fire single that, you know, everyone loves. I think I already have fire.
Coronavirus is one. I got coronavirus. Nobody can touch me. I'm telling you, that is the one. And what was that name of the other one that you sung that night? The very last song I believe you sung that had everybody open.
It was like, yeah. That was the song
Yes.
you talking about.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those are two. Those you had us. We were saying, yeah.
Yeah, for the rest of the night.
For the rest of the night, we was like, yeah. I'm telling you. So you got two bangers. Just let that circle on the radio, or do whatever y'all do as artists, and that's what it is. Are you planning on trying to sign to a record label, or are you just trying to be an indie artist? Like, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to be indie as long as possible. If I do sign to anything, I don't want to be locked in on a deal, because it just comes with so many things that they require you to do. I would do like a distribution and marketing deal, but I still want to be owned by me, like
Absolutely.
And my management. That's kind of the ways I'm going, and I feel like it's very possible for a lot of artists to do. It's not mandatory to be signed. Young and May is still independent and has been independent. And
Did you just say Young and May? That's my baby now. Go ahead. Yes, I love her.
May?
No. I love her. She's another one that's super talented.
She broke a lot of barriers, and I think it took a lot for men or guys to be like, dang, she is a good rapper, like, and look past who she is.
Right.
They kind of automatically write people off, like, oh nah, she's what, a stud or whatever. You know what I mean? I ain't listening to her, but they be bumping her all the time, and it's like, yo, once you get the dudes to rap yourself and not just the females, like, you're on a different type of wave.
Right.
And that's why when I be spitting, I be trying to say things that are unisex. Like, if I'm sitting here rapping about my cat, like, a dude can't say that. I feel like
right.
a dude and a female can spit it word for word and not feel like, oh, I can't say that.
Right.
That's uncomfortable. Like,
this is true.
I want to make it for everybody. Like, everybody can listen and everybody can spit my shit. And, like,
absolutely. And a lot of people have great respect right now for female artists, and it's a beautiful thing. Will you ever do any collabos with anyone? Like, are you planning on doing it, or is there anyone that you would like to do a collabo with in the near future? A remix, a collabo, whatever you want.
I need all the collabs, okay?
Oh.
I need Chris Brown. I need Drake. I want to work with T-Pain. I want to work with Missy.
T-Pain, dope.
I want to work with Rick Ross. A lot of people don't like Rick Ross.
That's personal.
I respect Rick Ross because he is an entertainer. Rick Ross is a whole impersonator. He ain't even who he
50
said
Cent
he was.
is.
But he's been able to make money, and he's been able to make it into huge areas and platforms. At the end of the day, and I love his voice. His voice is great.
And he's a dope rapper too.
You say you are, but realistically, I'm Fee. In real life, I'm Fenice. But
right.
I'm Cashew. That is the persona. You know what I mean? He made a persona. He's doing the same thing. So who cares he was a CEO? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? It helped him out because it got him to know some information so he could build who he is now.
But that doesn't mean that he didn't have a past life outside of being a CEO. It doesn't mean that he wasn't in the ghetto and he didn't fall subject to a lot of things that we do. But that's a whole nother story. As far as his artistry, he is a dope artist too. He make hit lines when you listen to him.
And he has that riding, I'm driving, doing the sunset to the beach music. While I'm smoking,
I'm the boss. That's right. I was
just like that.
Yes.
But, yes. I mean, I want to work with
everybody.
I want to work with everybody.
I see that. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Once again, that's not limiting yourself, and that's there. Who is your top 5 artists, male or female? Like, who is your top 5? And I know that's
it's tough.
I know it's tough. It's tough. It starts fights. It starts fights like what? I know you. You know what I'm saying? But and I know you're young, but you look like you've done a lot of research. You know a lot about music, so I'm pretty sure. I don't care if it's somebody in the '80s. You appreciate it. You can be like, all right, because there's some people that come on this platform, and I kid you not. They put me on the stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like Big Daddy Kane, some people say LL Cool J. people that I wouldn't even imagine. I just didn't really think that they were MCs that, you know, are MCs. And you know, the OGs put you on, and I'm shocked. Well, okay, well let's hear your 5, because somebody in the background saying, well, let me hear her 5. Cut the nonsense. Let's hear these 5. You know, it gotta be a man in the background.
So, all right, this is in no type of order. These are just the people I really do love.
Okay.
So, Missy Elliott, of course. That's all.
I like that.
Lil Wayne.
I'll take that. Dope.
Nicki's still in my top 5. Nicki's in my top 5.
I'll take that. Nicki earn it. I'll take it. That's 3.
I'm gonna give it to Sade.
Oh, okay. 4.
Sade just does it for my soul. There's never a day that I
she
can't
was
play
dope,
her.
yeah.
It's still a 5.
You can't go wrong with Sade.
Her music is just
That's
so
a sleeper.
timeless,
Yes.
so effortless, and just a whole different type of vibe. And
Her music is timeless for sure.
Sade, wow, you surprised me with that one. That was real smooth with it. I like that.
that is grand music right there, though. It is.
So you got one more.
I got one more.
We got one more.
Okay. My last one. I'm gonna have to give it to my son Drake. I feel like I'm a Young Money fan.
It's all good. It is all good. Drake has also earned it too, and he has, he's very diverse. He brought something different with this rapping and singing together. I don't know who did it before him. I'm pretty sure somebody did, but I can appreciate that. We gotta come on. We gotta give just due.
He's one artist.
We gotta give Drake his flowers.
He do.
That sings,
I love me some Drake though.
that really can't sing. You know what I'm saying? He's I would say he can't
that really
sing.
can't sing, but he does it and he still sounds good. So you like, okay,
That's
you
crazy.
right.
Right. And I didn't want to say he can't sing.
Right, with no
I was gonna
shade.
say He sings, but is not a singer.
Right.
He's not the best singer. He's
Right.
not real,
Right.
you know.
And he
don't
knows-
really have
But he
vocal
incorporate the
range,
rap with
He
it.
know, right, and he knows.
But he stays in his lane.
Exactly.
He stays in that pocket.
He created his own lane, to be honestly. Right. He created it and he stays in it. You know what I'm saying? So I can really appreciate
on a
that.
mainstream level. I don't know who did it before Drake.
I'm sure somebody
He's
did.
done it on a mainstream level.
And that's what it is.
Everybody loves him.
Well, woo! Give it up for her top 5. Give it up for her top 5. We're going to keep it short because I definitely want to have you on again. First of all, I want to have you on person to person. But what is something... Okay, we know who you are on the artistry. Give us something personal. Give us something about you that, like, most people wouldn't really think that you are. Like, if you wasn't doing this rap thing, what would Cashew be doing outside of that? What would you be doing? Like, what is something eccentric that you love doing that nobody really know about you?
Well, realistically, if I didn't do music,
What would you be doing?
I would do psychology.
Ooh.
I'm like the therapist for my friends. Like, everybody talks to me about their relationship problems.
Okay.
I feel like everybody talks to me because it's a judgment-free zone. Like, somebody will say something crazy to me, like, I just smashed 6 guys last weekend. I'd be like, okay, well, you should get tested. Did you are you
Right.
protected? Is everything okay? You know? I'm not going to be like, damn, you wildin'. Like, it's
Right.
a judgment-free zone. You can do, everybody
Absolutely.
should be able to live their life. So a lot of people feel very comfortable talking to me. Strangers tell me their whole life story.
Aw.
Ages young, 65, 32, 21. Like, people just feel like
Wow.
it's a comfortable vibe to be able to talk to me. And when I started going to school, to college, I was going to school for psychology. And I stopped going to school because that's not what I want to do
Right.
now. But I still continue, like, I'm a big reader. I read a lot. All I do is read. Oh, my gosh.
So you have a
Everything
passion
that's
for
in it
reading.
while I'm reading. So it's like, even after schooling, I still read up on it and kind of kept myself educated, because that's what you got to do, or
Right.
your brain just goes kaput.
It does.
I have to
Trust
find new
me,
words,
I know.
new things, so I read a lot to keep, like, everything
Keep
going,
your brain
keep my
going,
vocabulary
functioning.
up. keep my mental going. You know, reading is really fundamental. That's not a joke.
No,
it's fundamental.
Not. It really isn't. I'm starting to love the old way of reading, but you know, because people go on these devices right now, and it's crazy. But yes, reading is fundamental, I must say. So that's something about Cashew that we didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? So you a low key, you a geek. But go ahead.
I work construction. I work at a construction.
I know you told me that.
So I work in a copper shop. They be in there welding. I cut the copper with the saws. I move. I do a lot of stuff all day. I really be in there working. I come home sweaty and dusty and everything. You know, people look at me. Even when I first got there, they was looking at me like, she's not going to be here for long. She probably can't do that. And, you know, then I started, you know, busting out. They were like, oh, see, you're so amazing. You're such a good worker. Yeah, I know.
Is this a majority male-dominant world where you at right now? Because I did construction I had to help somebody else.
Older Caucasian males is all I work with.
So I know they was looking at you like you crazy. Like, right, how you really gonna help us? Can you please? Are you kidding? This is the discrimination thing. So y'all got to make sure y'all have at least one female on.
Right. Oh, y'all gotta hire women. And y'all gotta hire black women. Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Like she really gonna help us. So a free paycheck and then.
Yeah.
So you
go to work and I work. And I do what I gotta do. I've been working at
I love it.
for over 10 years. I do physical jobs. And then I come home and I go be Cashew. You know what I'm saying? So
I love it.
It's cool. I love it too.
It's inspiring.
It keeps me in shape. It keeps me
right.
It keeps me good. Like I could probably build a whole sink in the kitchen from scratch at this point.
I remember I used to, and my mom did it a lot because my folks, that's the career that they were in anyway. So I've always been around construction some way, shape, or form. I haven't been around it in a few years, but you can definitely appreciate it. And it's great to know that women are doing that and, you know, they can do whatever. I just hope they pay you right because they say that women get, you know, a lower paying rate. But that's a whole nother story.
I ain't never scared to ask. I'll be like, how much you make? Oh, how much you make?
What?
Oh, okay. I'm good.
All right then, that's right. Don't be lying now, cause we have to talk about this. No, y'all paying these men way more than me. What's up? I'm doing the work too.
Stop. Let me see those stubs.
Let me pull the stubs out. Come on now, pull them out. Listen, Cashew. It's been a pleasure having you on. I could be on here all day with you, man. Your energy is real. I'm adopting you. Huh?
I'm coming in person.
Cashew, don't lie to me, girl, because I know you about to pop in 5.2, so you'll be standing next to Nikki pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to, what? I'm coming on the stage like, I got to see her. But yes, I know you're a woman of your word. I appreciate you so much, man, for jumping on with us and giving us this exclusive. We're definitely going to have a one-on-one whenever you come to New York, or I'll be over there too. I'll be over there. I don't want to mention where you're at because I don't know, you know, if you want that to be known. But either way, you'll see us in person. We appreciate you so much. Send us your music.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are your number one fans, okay? One of your number one fans, because I know your parents are and your family or whatever, but I definitely appreciate your music. I can say that wholeheartedly. I really can. So with that being said, we are going to close out and we're going to give you guys some of her music. Make sure y'all support her.
Yes.
Please mention your social media handle. Please mention where they can go and get your music from. Go ahead, girl. Do your thing.
You can find me on IG at Cashew, like the nut, Cashew, _. And my music is on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Pandora, everywhere you can love YouTube, everywhere you will find Cashew. So
right.
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you. All right, yeah. All right, sis, I see you. I see you, man. Much love to you. Tell your sister I said hello.
To your show. Do your thing.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. All right, have a great one. All right, you later. All right, guys, man, that was Cashew, that a lovely young lady who is super talented. Believe me when y'all I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Y'all gonna be like, wow, that was the girl that was on House of Harlem Studio. You know, we seen her one day and I was mesmerized. I was like, damn, like, who is this? She just really rocked the show. She has a great spirit about her and she's just well grounded. So how can you not appreciate that? You know, just reminds me so much of me and my family and my upbringing, especially having a male in your life. It definitely pays off. So I do appreciate that. Cashew, thank you, girl. We'll be seeing you pretty soon. So what's going on with the chat? Y'all already know. All right. Bill Cosby is still trending right now. Bill Cosby is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt right now, on a quest to make sure his name is totally cleared. All right. And he is, can the people hear me? Can they hear me?
No, they can hear you.
Oh, okay. He is definitely on a quest to make sure he clears his name. All right. And I don't blame him. I would too. F that. You know, I'm trying to keep it PG-13, but still F that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you ain't do something, you ain't do it. All right. And people are stating that he stated that he did do it. Like, but we got to be very detailed about certain things. If I'm in a room with you and we kiki and ha ha ha, well, first of all, before we even get to that, let's be real, right? Men and women, but men, especially men who are in a certain status in the world, right? Bill Cosby was damn near gods, especially to us and our people in our community, right? You know, who made this show, who was a comedian, who did so many other things in his life. What is the probability of him even having to ask a female, all right, to really get some unani, all right? Like, what is the probability of that? When you got people, you know, women throwing themselves, I happen to be in certain areas now because of what we do and me being so vested into the music industry, and women just throw themselves at men, and that's been since ions and vice versa. If you have a woman who, you know, is out there, men will be all over you. You know what I'm saying? You got money, you're known, everybody wants to be with somebody who's known. That's just how things have been. So with that being said, we're gonna put that to the side, right? Do Bill Cosby have to do all of that to really get what he want? When half of the time we already know these young women, like, I'm young, he older, he gonna want me. His wife is older. His wife is older. Like, he don't really want that. We can do whatever. He can help me with my career. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Not to say that I'm pretty sure that men in these industries kind of like gave the false narrative to a lot of women, like, oh yeah, I'm helping you with your career, and you know, she just did whatever.
Just have a drink. Just drink some of this.
Yet alone, a lot of parents sell their children.
You look kind of thirsty. Just have a drink.
You want to get down. I can't even do a Bill Cosby impersonation. However, we have to bring that into play. Like, we're not gonna sweep that under the rug, because come on, y'all know what it is. Even if you haven't been in the industry, it's not rocket science, right? So with that being said, I'm hearing that during that time, just like you got the lean, what are the drug perks? There's certain things that they even rapping about, and I don't even know if they were doing that back in the day.
You got the perks, the oxys, the you know, the dudes are taking the X, the mollies, that lean. All of that stuff.
Glue. What is lean? I just threw that out.
I don't want to say what the scientific name of it is, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
It's
like,
actually
we can't.
A prescription drug that's a liquid that's designed to kill pain and knock your ass out.
Oh, so you have to. That has to be prescribed to you.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway.
But you can buy it over the counter. My bad. I think you can buy it over the counter.
I keep hearing this lean.
The strongest ones are the ones that are prescribed to you.
So I want y'all to understand this. If this is a go-to, like, popularity, right? Such as, i.e. the things that he spoke about that are out here now. That's just regular.
Facts.
You are in a room with greatness, you know, Bill Cosby's there. Did he really drug you if this is what the y'all doing all over? Matter of fact, I got a video. Please upload this video. All right. If this is another funny video. You're gonna be.
All right, but before we do that, because I got the other videos, because I was going to.
Right. Well, we're going to touch on it. So we're going to play a little bit of Bill Cosby videos, some videos where he posted clearing his name, because he's saying from the beginning to the end, he never stated that he did any of that. He never stated that he raped anyone. So I want you guys, I want you guys to really and truly give me your commentary, and, you know, give it from a non-biased perspective. We have to do that because rape is a really big allegation, and not to say that he isn't capable of doing it, or any person is capable of doing it. And I'm telling you right now, this is a platform. We are not bullying. We don't discriminate. We don't do any of that. And I take rape, molestation, and everything very, very, very seriously. All right, it is nothing to play with. We just don't do that around here. But at the same time, just as serious as we take it with the act, it's just as serious as we take it with false allegations too. It's not one side of the spectrum. All right, if that make any sense, right?
After this, I'm gonna start talking.
All right.
I'm gonna start talking after y'all see these videos and hear this other.
Well, give your commentary. Give your commentary, because
anybody out there watching, chime in, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm of the mind that, that it was a setup from the jump.
Oh, wow. That's what you're going with?
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. It
Okay.
was a setup because the man was very powerful. He had influence, and he had the minds and the hearts and the ears of the community.
Okay.
So that's what we're going with. And check this video out.
Let's do this.
Your Honor, if I might just take 2 minutes to address harmless error very quick, because I know that was brought up.
Yeah.
If I may, it's our position, Your Honor, that even if for some reason this court finds that the evidence, the prior bad act evidence, was not admissible, I would submit that any error was harmless in light of the overwhelming evidence. We had Andrea Constand's testimony that the defendant provided her intoxicants, that those pills rendered her incapable of consenting, that she was incapacitated, that the defendant penetrated her vagina with his fingers. He put her hand on his penis and masturbated himself, and he fondled her breasts.
If that's true, why'd you need the 5 witnesses?
Well, Your Honor, there's a difference. This was our.
Bill Cosby also has to be accountable for what he represents and for acts of and for predator-like behavior.
What about these women being accountable for their own behavior? They were groupies. Well, sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rap, sex, drugs, baseball, football, basketball, movies, television. See?
Yeah, but right now I'm talking about Bill Cosby. I'm saying
we forgot what that term meant. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. The bimbos come to the party, they hang out, they get drunk, they snort lines of blow, and they have a good time. They use the hall closets to give head, the bathrooms to get down, and you go in to get your coat off of the bed, and they're laying on top of it doing somebody. See, that's what that's about. So,
yeah,
I mean, let's not get sanctimonious.
It has to be consensual,
25,
though.
30, 40, 50 years after something was in big-time style. When this stuff started out, the sexual revolution was going on. And a lot of women got into it deeply.
Okay, but so there's two things you raised. But first, let's talk about Bill Cosby. We can talk about the women, but let's talk about Bill Cosby. Let's talk about Bill Cosby for a second, because that's the person we're talking about. My question was, is there room to what did he do? Well, according to the deposition, he gave women pills, and in one deposition, he specifically said he didn't know whether.
Force it down their throat,
no, let me finish.
He didn't take advantage of them. Look at that interview Whoopi Goldberg did with that model Johnson. Whoopi got all so wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that
hold on, Judge. Let me ask the question.
He found out you were high. He called a cab, took the elevator down with you, put you in the cab, paid your fare, tipped the man, and sent you home because you were high? So what did he do?
So in one deposition, so Judge, in one deposition specifically, when he was asked the question, was he sure that the woman was sober enough to consent? He said, "I don't know." But there's a bigger question here: is if someone willingly takes pills and becomes high and drunk, can they legally consent?
Sometimes you can. Used to be you could. They had a change in there back 25 years ago when they were saying, no, you can't. But before that, basically, you could. That's why they told
right.
you.
But we're talking about the
sober.
law. So then, Judge, again, since you're saying we should appeal to the law, if the law says that you can't be
intoxication, where you did something to them they didn't consent to. See, that's when that law started changing from you got yourself drunk, you are responsible to know the bartender's responsible because he lets you get drunk. That's when that change started coming
Bill
about.
Cosby's admitting, Bill Cosby's admitting to giving women alcohol and pills for the purpose of having sex, and if by the law you can't consent if you're drunk or high,
you go out to dinner or you have a party or something. So
yeah,
does
but
that
that's
make
not the same.
taken
That's irrelevant,
advantage
Judge.
of because they do something they would have done anyway? A whole lot of them I knew back in the years would
that's
take
sexual
drugs,
assault, Judge.
particularly Quaaludes. They did that a lot. I had a lot of female clients I had to get out of messes because they had a fondness for Quaaludes. It's not cool,
Yeah, but it's okay to take.
Don't you bear any responsibility for this, especially if you keep going back?
So, Judge, let me. I want to lay this out plainly, just so, and I'll give you a chance to respond. I'll even give you the last word.
Judges on the panel. All right, so I did hear that. Sorry, I wasn't actually looking at the screen. But so what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? A lot of George Joe Brown was trying to explain something about how the scenes were back then, right? Now, don't get me wrong, if someone is intoxicated and you know they may have agreed to certain things from the beginning of the before being intoxicated, and now they're incoherent, right? You know they're not there anymore. I wouldn't want to mess with them at all. Point blank and period. You're not in your right state of mind. I'm not doing this. I've heard men say to me, I would never ever ever even engage with any woman if they are not coherent, because they're just not there. They don't trust it. And anyway, I don't think it's fun sexually, whether you're in love with someone or whether you're having a one night stand for somebody's mind to be somewhere else. You want to be wanted. You want, to be passion into what you're doing, right? You want to be passionate, right? And you want it to be reciprocated, right? Whatever. But Judge Joe Brown, correct me if I'm wrong, is saying like, look, you're irresponsible in the first place to be drinking. First of all, listen, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it all the way 100. You go, if I put my clothes on right now, I'm talking about I'm going to meet Bill Cosby in a hotel. I don't give a damn, I'm meeting Bill Cosby in a bar. I know what's up, all right? Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. It ain't panning out. That alone already is suspect. You don't conduct no meetings in these places and settings. It just don't happen. Now, they do have business dinner meetings, but once again, even with that, there is some sort of professionalism in that. There's a group of people, they're sitting. The setting is way different when you're even having brunch, business discussions, dinner business discussions. There is still some sense of some sort of setting. So don't come and tell me that you take your honey, all of I'm going to meet Bill Cosby, and you expect anything outside of sexual. Let's get to that part. If you really cared about yourself, why even go there? I'm not. What? I damn near don't even walk by myself outside in the night. I'm always home in the nighttime. If I am outside, it's literally a few feet away, like going around the corner to a store and coming right back. As grown as I am, I don't take certain risks and chance. So I don't put myself in positions, because if I do, I'm at fault. I'm really am at fault. And this is why, I just can't buy it. All right. Another thing is, parents have to start being held accountable. Even in the R. Kelly situation, not taking from the irresponsibility of any man or woman, because like I said, men get raped too. We're gonna have to talk about that again. We had this discussion 2 years ago, right? We talked about how the male can be erect. Like, how could he get raped? Is it possible? Anything is possible. What is the probability of it, right? But we're gonna have to revisit that topic. But we're not gonna eliminate it, because we have to stop this double standard situation, right? However, if you're going somewhere, parents have to be held accountable too at this point, because people want to be famous, people want money, they want to be known so much that they're allowing their children, who they're still responsible for, to go out and do whatever. 14, 15, 16, 13, 12. No. I'm just cut from a different cloth. Like, literally, honestly, I really am cut from a different cloth. Let anybody, let Hove come to me right now and tell me, my daughter's 13, I'm take care of her, take her to the studio. Never happening. Not without me. It's not 14, 15 is not. And I know people go, yeah, you just say that now. I'm serious. Money don't buy me. Status don't buy me. Been there, done that. No, it's not happening. I'm dead serious. Like, look at the goosebumps. It's not happening. Mothers and fathers, stop. I feel like if a person is getting ready to go to jail for rape, molestation, whatever, and a child was under the parents' watch, I think that parents also should be at risk of going to jail. Honestly, that's going to cut all of that out. You're going to think before you just think about is money. Don't get me wrong. There are certain opportunities that we want to take advantage of. And I know that there's some dickheads out there that use their status, their so-called power to will you in. But don't fold. Don't fold. Expose. That's a t-shirt. Don't fold, expose. Anyway, you give your sentiments about what is the chat talking about. I'm sorry, y'all, and let me tell you something. We are not going past, or we're not really going over the hour no more. We got to make sure that these lives are short, so that people who come back on and listen to it doesn't, it's not long-winded. We appreciate you guys coming on and supporting us, but let's keep it real. If you're not feeling what I'm saying, it's okay. All right. But listen, the appellate's court, you know how hard they are. You know what I'm saying? So listen, it is what it is. People are saying, no, he consented. He admitted to doing it, but he made a plea deal. It's so much shit going on. It's just ridiculous. But go ahead.
All right. First things first, everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all for being there. A lot of love towards Cashew. Everybody liked the energy. They liked
Thank you. They did.
Personality. I don't know. Most of them, I'm sure, like a couple of her 5 choices, even though it was Young Money heavy.
Whatever. But come on, she gave it Sade. It killed it.
She said Sade, and that's one of my favorite artists of all time.
I'm pretty sure it is.
So, you know what I mean? It's all right, but so with that being said, shout out to PJ, shout out to Sister Apisha.
Peace.
As always, shout out to Wiz.
Peace.
Shout out to
Thank you.
Olori, cousin Olori.
Thank
Shout out
you.
to Leo.
Thank you.
Shout out to Hami
What's poppin'?
Co-host as usual, Waddy's in the building. Shout out to Kay. Shout out to Rocky. Shout out to 60.
Hey, Rocky.
Chris.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So we lit up here in the
We litty. We.
shout out to Jay Bay. She popped in. You know.
Ow.
So you know what I mean? She must have heard something that sparked.
Right. Something. Right. She jumped in real quick. Like what? What we talk about?
So true. Once he wanted to get NBC, all of a sudden there's all these charges. Then Rocky says the ex-CNN commentator, the black dude, sold himself. He condemned Bill.
Ooh.
That's true.
Ooh. Good observation. He was trying, but
but
Joe Brown do it better.
up there for some cops.
Yeah, Joe Brown wasn't hearing it. That's what I'm talking about.
PJ said Judge Joe Brown stayed with the ladies also.
He be knowing. All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Keisha says some of these women be crazy. We already know that.
Absolutely. We gotta keep it real.
Jay says parents are responsible for their kids.
Okay. Period, Pooh.
With two of the double red exclamations.
All right. I'm gonna give you two more. All right. Parents are gonna have to start being held accountable so that therefore they can start making responsible decisions. So that means that when this guy goes to jail for what he did, parents have to go to jail too. I don't want to hear coulda, woulda, shoulda. I don't want to hear he promised that he was gonna take my daughter to the studio. No. Okay? I don't even trust my kids in the incinerator, going to the incinerator by themselves. No lie. My 7-year young can't even go from one top of the floor in the building to the bottom. She has to be escorted everywhere. All right. 2 kids were stabbed up. But just in the split of a second, 2 kids were stabbed up in the elevator. All right. Researched it. I think it was here in Harlem on one of the 5 boroughs. Literally. One child was like 7 or 8, had to crawl out, stabbed up by some crazy guy. The parents just sent them in, and the parents didn't mean no harm. 2 kids, damn, they got shot. We played the video. The parents can visually see them walking to the store. All right, almost got shot, like literally on the floor while a gun is being pointed at another man, and they're right there. I don't trust it. Not to say things don't happen even in your presence, but we're talking about lessening the chances of things happening when your children are not there. Now, parents do have a life. They have to provide. They have to do things. Well, that's what we're going to have this lovely conversation about men and women in household settings, right? And we're going to have to also have this conversation where, someone who is responsible and you trust should be able to escort your child and be there at all times. Like, that child shouldn't have to even going to the bathroom. I'm not playing. You're not going to be slipping no Mickeys. You're not going to be introducing no drugs to my children. None of that. If I ain't doing it, why am I going to allow them to do it? So no excuses. Now, I know back in the days in the 80s, the 90s, and even the 70s and 60s, well, a little bit different, but like, I can't do it. Like I said, I'm just cut from a different cloth, and a lot of these parents have to be held responsible. There's no way on God's green earth I'm letting my 16 or 17-year-old go nowhere with nobody. Bill Cosby, his mama, Khalil, none of them. It ain't happening. Not even for a quick drink. You want to have a drink, Bill, you can come to my house and you can sit right on my lovely sofa. I ain't worthy? Well, then take us out to dinner. Us. You and I, T-Y. That's the unity. So with that being said, Bill Cosby, as we speak, is really, really on a quest. It's like he almost has a burning desire to clear his name. Now, mind you, that he's an older guy. I'm not quite sure of his visual and stuff like that. And I must say, he said he got a fresh haircut, but Bill, nigga, you ain't really had no, what hair you got on there? Whatever. That's a whole nother story. But he is on a quest to really, like, clear his name. And it's very interesting how this thing is going to unfold, because usually, correct me if I'm wrong, co-host, shocker, correct me if I'm wrong, when people are like, the recent cases outside of the old cases that people have been exonerated from probably the 1600s, and some lovely lawyers did pro bono and decided doing DNA tests and let people out. But outside of that, these very famous and known cases, rape cases, where people go to jail for, there's never been a turnover like this such as with Bill. And he is really posting on IG, putting the information out there to clear his name, to say, let me make things clear. And so we're going to continue to follow this story, but it seems like everybody on our end is agreeing that he's innocent. Now, can y'all please put innocent in the chat if you feel like he's innocent, or put guilty in the chat if you feel like he's guilty? What do you feel like, despite what the deposition says, despite of him getting out, or whatever the case might be, with the information that at hand, what do y'all feel? Like, let me know. Guilty or innocent? Let's see what the chat is talking about. Let me know, y'all. I'm waiting. Guilty or innocent? Let me know. So, y'all know we got to move on, right? Because there's a Karen on the loose. So we're going to have to talk about these Karens, all right, in a minute. But let me know, guilty or innocent? What's going on with y'all? Okay, Rocky's saying he's innocent. Okay, all right. So based off of what you feel like he's innocent, who else? Are you looking for a video? I got coronavirus. Nobody can touch me. Y'all gotta listen to that song. What did you say?
The video of the lawyer.
In regards to Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
With George Joe Brown?
No, not.
Another lawyer? Yeah. Okay.
The other guy,
Right. Oh yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
The audio we could play. I'm just saying, I need to find it.
The audio? Or the actual video? Well, if you can't find it, we'll just move on to Karen. Jay Bay is saying, she's saying that he's not guilty or innocent. She feel like it's a distraction. I like your mind. I like your mindset. We are being distracted from the bigger picture. And actually, Jay Bay, we mentioned that the very first time we mentioned this case. I did say it was kind of interesting that he was let out during the time that Trump was sitting at the table with some government officials and also border patrolmen, speaking about the major issue of the drug trafficking. They said it's out of control, along with the human trafficking coming back and forth. So I did peep that. That's very interesting. It was very interesting, and I was grateful to be able to have that mind and to be able to start to pinpoint the distractions and what's going on. Because once a major story comes out, I tend to go, okay, what's going on? What's going on with the corporations, with the government? Follow the trail, follow the money type of thing. Because something's happening to where they need us to look over here so they can get, do what they got to do over here. So I'm definitely aware of that, and I appreciate you bringing that up. Anybody else before we move on to this Karen situation?
Got innocent, not guilty or innocent. Jay Bay says all of so-called celebs have sold us out.
This is interesting. This is true. I said it. I said, I actually compared it to the Nelson Mandela situation. I said, I feel like, there was a deal made, like they told Mandela, all right, you gonna get out because your crazy ass wife, who, you gonna have to divorce, by the way, is still on that revolutionary shit. I need you to go out there and tell the people, because they just won't calm down. Tell them that we're going to make peace, stop all the uproar, and just let us enslave you and let the apartheid continue. And I compared it to that, and I'm like, wow, what deal was made? What's going on? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but something ain't right. The bill is a small speck speck in comparison to who is in control, who got power to make some shit happen. Just boop, and the whole world will turn upside down. So I'm saying to myself, how the hell did he get out this one without no deal? But that's neither here or there, but it's great that we're mentioning it. But you know, it's still, Karen, it's still a great discussion to have, because moving forward, we have a lot of men in our community and they need to know how to move. You know what I'm saying? They need to know how to move. They need to know what's going on. So on this platform, we can give them the overall perspective, but it is what it is. So moving on, we have a Karen on the loose, and this needs to be, sorry about that. This needs to be spoken about as well. This needs to be spoken about as well. This has been happening. I don't know if I want to categorize it as a woman's thing in general, or we want to categorize it like most of the world do as a white woman's behavior. But either way, at like Dr. Oh my God, I can't remember her name right now. She had broke down so eloquently what racism really is. And when we talk about that word racism, right, we have to really understand that us folks, the folks that Ray and them and us and Shanae and Shaquisha and Kids and Shakas, we don't have the economic or resource power to make any moves. So with that being said, these Karens, they have these outbursts, right? And this needs to be, wait for it. I know, Jet. They have these outbursts, right? Another distraction. And we need to know how to act accordingly. For first and foremost, we need to know and how to identify these type of people. You know what I'm saying? And we need to know how to get ourselves out of these situations. There's a possibility that this Karen situation has gotten somebody a couple of coins, and once again, another distraction. So let's play this little Karen video. Do we got Karen up here? Oh, he's like, oh yeah, oh by all means. All right.
Oh God, no! Excuse. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God! I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me, and now she. Did you see her? You saw her, right? They all saw her. Oh my God. Karen had a breakdown. She tried to hit me. Ask your workers. She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God. You should have thought about that before you did what you did. Oh my God. This don't even feel real. This do not feel real. Would you please don't record me? Don't record me. Y'all got to get security. She charged me. If I wouldn't have ducked, she would. Oh no, you just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you now. No, don't cry. No. I want you to call security. Thank you. I just came to get my free panty. You know how you get the coupon in the mail? And I got to pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom's. I don't know why this is happening to me. Don't charge me. Oh, you want to? Oh, yeah, she. I'm scared to even approach her. Please. You're scaring me. Like, you going to go postal. No, why don't she walk away from me? No, I was here. No. We're not doing this. Why don't I walk away from her? Why don't she get away from me? She could get away. Go wherever you want to go. This is crazy. I'm sorry. Ooh, Lord. You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself. Yeah. Crazy lady. Because she attacked me and try to say I attacked her. You cut. Look at this. Get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady! Get away from me! You're gonna get this. Get security! Get the security! Look at this. Yes, can y'all get her away from me? Get her away from me! Oh, have mercy. Get her away from me! Get her away from me! No, I gotta just protect myself.
You guys seen it, like another Karen outbreak, okay? It's ridiculous. I don't remember the names of the characters on Color Purple, but remember, I think her name is Celie. Who was Celie? I think that was Whoopi Goldberg. He don't know. But remember the white lady who would have her little tantrum attacks with Oprah or whatever. Someone brought that to my attention, that the first time we ever really witnessed Karen on a big platform like how we do now virally was in that movie, and that was so interesting because that is very true. I like the fact that we are able to film these people having their outbreaks and doing all of that, because remember, we are constantly being filmed from very larger platforms like, you know, these news medias, and we're always looked at in a very negative way. It just beyond me. I remember going to a lecture and listening to David Banner, and he was saying part of him like kind of declining in the rap game was because when he would travel overseas, it was mind-blowing to him how people viewed and seen us because of social media, right? These people are crackheads, they're this, they're that, so they're already putting these programmings into other nations of people's minds in regards to this specific group of people that are called carbon people, Moors, aka black people, or Afro-American, Negroes, nigger, those group of people, right? Sorry to be mentioning all those names, but I wanted to be very specific because the Africans coming from West, South, Central, and Africa are not included into this. The East Indians, anyone who may appear to have melanin on them, right? Or blend in, not any of these Yemenis people or whatever the case might be. It is a specific group of people, which is us. We're always being portrayed extremely negative when everyone and their mama knows that anywhere you go in this world, there's good and bad. All right? But for us, it's just something so beautiful and unique about us that the focus has been us for God knows how long, right? There's something so beautiful and unique about this tribe, this group of people, that the focus has always been on us in such a negative way. But once again, we must be very important. So with that being said, I am elated to see these Karens, by way, that Karen word came out. Remember, the first time that it went trending is when a actual officer from another state, I'll never forget, decided to go live, and I hope that she still has her job, by the way, to go live about a said real Karen. She has a Karen name, who called and complained about her neighbor kids, and I mean in the deep middle of COVID. This is their house. They pay for this, and because these children decide to play outside, to have some sense of normalcy in their lives, Karen decides to call the cops and say, you know, that they're making too much noise in the neighborhood. And so the cop was just so irate. She was just like over it, like, Karen, excuse me, Karen, all right, these are kids, let them play. It's like COVID, like I have more important things to do and you're gonna call me for this. So that Karen thing became trendy, all right, because of that. But you know, yet again, I'm happy. Thank you, Karen, for having episodes, so we get, the media can get to see you in the light that you are for once in our lives. Okay, they get to see the bad side of your race and your people. All right, so with that being said, you know, how do y'all feel about that? Because I know some men like, I want me a little bunny. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're going to have to deal with your little bunny. So no matter what race of woman you go to, there's something there that you're going to have to deal with that you may not necessarily like. So do you still want that bunny? Because these Karens seem to be outrageous. All right. But anyway, let me know. Let me know how you feel. Cause
yeah. And in the meantime, what we're gonna do, we have more to play for you.
We're gonna be closing out very soon.
Yeah, I hear that. But I'm gonna give you those videos. So, we wanna let y'all check this out because since we are about health, this would be very, very
why you looking at me like that? Like, what?
you said earlier we're about health, right?
Okay.
Okay. So
Your neck is stiff. What's going on?
it is still.
We gotta film behind the scenes. What's going on?
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna play this video, the funny video actually as well. You know what I mean? And we may or may not close out with the third installment of the Karen situation because the cops were called.
Oh yes,
You know
they
what I'm
were.
saying? So we have that as well. You know what I mean? So check this out.
लोगे या डैमेज चाहिए हेलो मार रहा पीछे से कोई हाँ मार रहा पीछे से कहाँ मेरा भाई कोई कहाँ है यहाँ पे हेलो डैमेज है अच्छा माल है 32 साइज है स्टेज का पड़ा है और थोड़ा कुछ पंक्ति लड़का हो तुम इसे पहनोगे इसी के लिए दिखा रहे ये भी डैमेज है देखो डैमेज मिलोगे बहुत सारा डैमेज है हेलो रिविन में डैमेज लो। ओ भाई मार रहे देखो ना यार कहाँ आगे तुम खड़ोगे देखोगे ना कहाँ कोई मार रहे हैं पीछे से मार रहे हैं कोई हाँ बोल लो मेरा भाई दिखाओगे डैमेज लोगे ना डैमेज हाँ डैमेज भी दिखाओ यार दिखाएंगे अच्छा चीज दिखाएंगे बेकार खोल के फायदा नहीं 10 तो खोलेंगे पसंद नहीं आएगा हेलो मेरा भाई मॉस्कट में मॉस्कट है मॉस्कट में चाहिए या डैमेज चाहिए हेलो हेवी डैमेज लो मॉस्कट थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है मॉस्कट तो मॉस्कट भी है मॉस्कट भी है हल्का स्क्रैच है हेलो अरे मेरा भाई सब मॉस्कट दिखा रहे अरे मार रहे कट भी लोगे शर्ट वहाँ बाद में देखो, पहले जींस देख लो।
शर्ट नहीं लेंगे मेरा भाई, जीन्स लेने आया। मार रहा है कोई पीछे से यार,
कहाँ कोई मार
मार रहा है यार पीछे से। अभी कोई मारी
हाँ, पगला हो गया तू।
अगर हो गया फटा रहता है।
दे दो। सब 28 दिखा रहे हैं।
मार रहा बाबा पीछे से।
कौन मार रहा तेरे को? कहाँ कोई खड़ा? कहाँ कोई है? तो पुतला खड़ा है, देख नहीं रहा? रोनाल्डो वाला चूल करके खड़ा है तो बात कर रहा है। जींस देखना, जींस लेने आया। कहाँ मार रहा है? ऐसा वाला पसंद है? देखो बोल।
फिर मारा।
कौन मारा तेरे को? कहाँ भाई? कहाँ मारा यार?
क्या हो रहा है?
आप इधर आइए, आप इधर आइए, इधर खड़ा रहते। कहाँ कोई मारेगा मेरा बाबू? आपको खड़ा होकर जींस पसंद कर रहे। छीला हुआ बोला था ना, देख छीला हुआ जींस लिया था मैंने। हाँ मेरा भाई, हमको भी मार रहा मेरा भाई। हाँ, एक तो इसको भी मार रहा, हमको भी मार रहा है। क्या कर रहे तुम लोग यार? काहे कोई मारेगा भाई? आप 20 दिन दिला रहे, मार पीट करा रहे हो। नहीं मेरा।
So here are the best herbs you can use for the liver, okay? You may have fatty liver, whatever liver issue you have, these are the herbs you want to use. Well, the first one is mahonia, also known as Oregon grape, okay? This stimulates the function of the liver. Psyllium, or milk thistle, okay? This is a liver tropho-restorative. It strengthens and builds the liver, okay? Artichoke, okay? This protects the liver from damage, okay? Also promotes tissue regeneration. Powerful, powerful stuff. Dandelion root, fantastic for the liver, okay? It's a detoxifier of the liver, very, very powerful, very important. Remember that when you're going to use these herbs, always change the diet. You want to go 100% fruit diet, not even a question. Use herbs. These are the herbs, yeah, but you need to use the Fabulous 5. That means cover the kidneys, adrenals, lymph system, stomach, and bowels, because these are crucial for healing the whole body, okay? And give it time. That's it.
A funny video. You know, I'm a big kid, so we always just playing around, doing crazy things or whatever. Speaking of cleansings, right? I want to just bring this to your attention. I'm pretty sure some people know about this. It's chlorophyll, all right? So I'm just gonna read the benefits for that whenever you get a chance to. It would be great to have that in your cabinet. These are jelly-like capsules. Can you take one out to like show them? Am I able to do that? Chlorophyll is really great for the body. It's actually in plants, right? But obviously with our eating habits as Americans, we are recommended to, start to take some supplements to compensate the things that we don't have in our body. So, according to Healthline.com, chlorophyll plays an important role in the making of plants and greens, and making plants, greens, and healthy. It also has vitamin, antioxidants, and its therapeutic properties that have potential to benefit your body. And you can get chlorophyll from either plants, right, like I said, or supplements. Although supplements may be more effective, right, this is because chlorophyll may not survive digestion long enough for absorption, right? Chlorophyll supplements are actually chlorophyllene, which contains copper instead of magnesium, and get that good old copper in you, which when doses of chlorophyllene are taken, the copper can be detected in plasma, which implies absorption has occurred. Maybe that's why my plasma level was up. Okay, so it stimulates the immune system, eliminates fungus in the body, detoxifies the blood. Can they hear me all the time? Cleaning your intestines, very important, because that's where the brain is, the intestines. Getting rid of bad odors, energizing the body, and has the ability to preventing cancers. All right. So, it can heal the skin. It can do so many other things, and it can build the blood. Chlorophyll is very important to have in your cabinets. All right, because once again, we're supposed to be eating vegetables, right? We're supposed to be eating these plants, and this is where it's derived from. So obviously, having the supplement will do you a great service. All right, make sure you get that chlorophyll in there. There is a picture surfacing about the president's, the missus of the Haitian president who was assassinated. Once again, our condolences go out to him and his family. We're obviously going to be called conspiracy theorists, but if you go on House of Harlem Studio, we did put up some little short video clips telling and showing how the possibility of why he was assassinated. And it has everything to do with the slabber jabber and this Rona bullcrap, and it's just very disturbing to me. Let me get the article. The missus is sitting in a hospital. She in the ICU, all banged up, looking very, 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 very sad. Looking really sad, which is understandable. Her husband was assassinated, and also her life is at stake. She is okay, but once again, we don't know what's going to happen to her. What's going to happen to her moving forward. We just don't know. While I get that article, let's talk about Auntie Gail for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, before we go back to the Gail.
It's 10:08.
Right. Gail Snell.
Gail Snell.
Gail Snell. She's a thug. She's like
Snoop, where you at right now? Auntie Gail talking. Where you at,
she's
Snoop?
a woman that want to be a man so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, Miss X hit us up. She was saying that you just sounded, we could hear you, but you were just far away from the mic.
My apologies, and this is in regards to the chlorophyll.
Because then she went to say, sometimes like that, they are encased in gelatin, which those are. And
that's the best way.
Pork.
Right, but they have ones that are not pork gelatin as well. Yes, but I appreciate you mentioning that. They do have
you
other.
can buy it in powder form also.
Right.
Also.
I like liquid for everything, but definitely I see what you're saying. There are these little capsules that's supposed to be gelatin free, made with vegetable or whatever the case might be. But definitely I appreciate you putting that out there. I do appreciate that. Because that's like having the medicines, right, where we're supposed to be helping with one thing, but the side effects is killing you with the other thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the gelatin is not a great thing to have.
Now, this is a funny thing, because there was a video that I put up on Instagram that was talking about how things are labeled GMO, but then you have this ingredient called maltodextrin, which is a poisonous ingredient. You know what I mean?
And there's in a lot of cereals.
And
a lot of cereals.
And what happens is it comes from something that is genetically modified. So you have, it's saying GMO, but
no, it's saying GMO free.
No, right, it's saying non-GMO. My bad.
Right.
It's saying non-GMO.
But when you look on the
however, there are ingredients that are clearly genetically modified within it.
So it's not.
So again, you got to be careful, and you got to read the ingredients of what you are about to consume, because it's very important when you know these things, because the most subtle thing, like for instance, there was a time where I had a dialogue back and forth with the people at Poland Spring Water. Now we know Poland Spring.
She was over there fighting with Poland Spring and them people.
Because they clearly promoted the fact that they have fluoride in their water. Now, if anybody looks at fluoride, you gotta have a whole hazmat suit on just to handle it. Real talk. I'm
So,
dead serious.
so you was like, I ain't feeling this shit. Like, don't be putting this in my community.
That is a hazardous material in the water, and you trying to say that it's safe, and then you tried to tell me, this is what they tried to tell me.
What did they tell you?
That fluoride is naturally in spring water.
No.
Come on.
We all know about.
You must have thought you were talking to some sheep.
It's I had a almost a debate with a dentist who tried to ask me and challenge me why I don't want fluoride when she cleans my tooth. And I told her, listen, I don't have to explain anything to you. I don't want it. My children is not going to have it. And that's point blank and period. And on top of you having it as an option, with or without, why you have it as an option? I'm not going to be playing those games. There's too much information out here, and y'all can play dumb if you want to, or you can be a part. It's not playing dumb. They want to be a part of the masses, and they want you want to be in control of your life. So they look at your insurance and go, oh, you're getting assistance from the city or the state, and they want to think less of you, which even if you are working and you get these benefits from the union, same bullshit. It's same bullshit. The unions, all of that. With that being said, we are going to have to look for exclusive stores that sell the barks, the leaves, the trees of these actual products, and we're going to have to start brewing them and making them ourselves, because what they're doing at the end of the day is commercializing. Now that we're up on game and we're in the age of Aquarius, an age of information, and what they're doing is commercializing these things, and now we can't even trust some of these supplements as well. All right, I think I don't know, it was GNC or one of these companies was under fire because of that. So there are stores that go in. I know Herb Mexico is one of them that have really exclusive and potent products, right? That you can either grind up yourself. I, in particular, like to just put it in a pot and brew if possible. And you have to do your measurements, because some of these things are very potent and they can affect you in some way, shape, or form. So always do your research, even with the herbs. And certain herbs you just don't want to mix together. With that being said, I do appreciate it. Now, Auntie Gal had the nerve to recently be online with Uncle Tom, the man who really tried to kill everybody, Fauci. He is the focus point. Correction. We're only saying things for educational purposes and entertainment purposes. Fauci's not really trying to do that. But anyway, he recently was on with her, and she claims she's not going to have any relatives come over her house who is not vaccinated. Girl, bye. We're relatives. What, Oprah and her dogs? All right, like, girl, bye. Like, seriously, you want to be relevant. Nobody's not talking about you. Where is Snoop? He need to get back on there and curse your ass out. But he's going to apologize later on, because they was like, oh, no, you must have forgot how this is supposed to play out. You know what I'm saying? I'm over it and I'm done. But, girl, bye.
Her and Snoop is like two old women.
You know what I'm saying? Another strand of Rona is coming out, and they claim is affecting children. Once again, we're not saying that nothing is out there, but what we are saying that the probability of fatality is less than your mama slapping you for saying something dumb. All right? So what I'm trying to say is, there's nothing we can do. Whatever is out there, at the end of the day, it's really, a mask is not going to help you. Quarantine is not going to even help you. If things are flying in the air, it is what it is. The best thing that we can do for ourselves and our family is stack up high on these the herbs, and to eat as healthy as you can. Keep fighting. Even if you have a bad day or a bad week, detox, fast at least for a day, and continue. Make it a habit. And make it 1 day or 2 days. I understand it's not easy. That is literally all we could really do, guys. I mean, literally. That's all we could do. We have to keep pushing forward on that sense, all right? Every day, my children are getting vitamin C, if not nothing, all right? Every once in a while, there's a supplement, and it has burdock, sea moss,
burdock, and bladderwrack.
bladderwrack. All right, chondrus crispus is what I would like to really say. Right. So every other day I give that to them. I take it myself. We still got our vitamin D's. We still got NAC. Okay. We still have our zinc. Like, I'm literally going to take a picture and show y'all. Like, I have a cabinet with all my herbs. Like, I will pack. Like, what? If I don't have my stuff in there, it's a problem. Now, I do find myself transitioning into more of this because I usually just get the bark or the brew or the leaf of anything. Soursop. I think one of the brothers gave me soursop direct from Jamaica, the leaf or whatever. I usually just brew my stuff and drink it. You know what I'm saying? My folks is from the islands, Jamaica, and, you know, down south. So, you know, same things. We just brew the stuff, chop the thing up, eat the thing, whatever, and call it a day. But I've been lazy on that regards, and I have been getting the supplements. But neither the hearsay is better than not having nothing at all. If you don't have these things in your cabin, I'm talking about at least 2 rolls of a whole bunch of things, then something ain't right. And you know what? People may call me crazy, but I have a large family. I think anything past 2 is large, right? And I buy 2 and 3 stacks of things. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a large family. I don't like to look in my cabinet and not see nothing. I'm not going to be a happy camper. If anyone who knows me, they know that. All right, God, is there any other video you want to play? We're going to close out. I appreciate you. You can read what they're saying in the chat.
All right, here we go. Everybody is, you know, looking at the camera breakdown, responding to that.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and share the video so others could enjoy, have a little bit of fun as well. You know what I'm saying? And be informed, get a little bit of this infotainment. All right. So with that being said, Jay said liquid is better. He said.
Thank you. And Jay is a nurse.
Unless you're eating healthy, it will not work well just alone.
And we covered that.
Eat to live, don't live to eat.
And we covered that, and we'll repeat it every so often. If you are, if you're flustered with toxins and you have a lot of mucus going on, and you're taking all these supplements, it's just going to pass through. You have to detox. You got to cleanse as much as you can. Cleanse out the tissues, cleanse out the colon, the liver, the kidney, so that when you take the supplements, your body is going to absorb it. Now it's going to start to absorb. But if you are just, you know, you just got this thickness, it's just going to slide through and go through your urine, or, you know, wherever it's going to pass through, and that's going to be that. So it's very important. Don't use the excuse of saying I took the supplements, but it ain't working. No. You may have to detox before you do that. You may have to fast before you do that. Let that be known. So we appreciate you. If you want to know, if you want information and you want something tailored, or you want to speak to somebody about whatever, go to J-Bay, all right? Put your information in the chat once again. Get a consultation. It doesn't cost, it's going to cost you way cheaper than a hospital bill, all right? So then if you, a consultation right now with a doctor over the phone through Zoom is like hundreds of dollars, all right? So, like, why don't you learn to work with the people in your community who's still playing their game, who has the license, who has the nurse practitioner license, who has an RN, I don't know what it is, but it's still, you got them head on top of their shoulders and can tell you what the hell to do. You know what I'm saying? So get your blood work done, run it by J Bay, and she can give you a regimen, or at least guide you into something, you know? Go ahead. Sorry. We done? It's a wrap. We over. We Gucci. Peace. Thank you. This is another episode of House of Harlem Studio. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit that like button. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Peace.
Cashew, L-I-N-Y, Cashew. I'm outside trying to get involved with all of y'all. A spark plug cause I'm a starter and I never stall. I'm trying to fuck somebody's daughter and give her my all. The bartender fill my cups, I don't need a bra. Pregnant chick out delivering, never no plan B. I'm counting up the dividends while in my jammies. Ay, she a butterface, I call her Yandy. I need planets to call me for Brandon. Ass fat, so you know I had to grab it. If you gon' be mad, just be mad I didn't slap it. In my face, you love me, but not around, you gon' judge me. I got coronavirus, nobody could touch me. Everybody know I'm wildin', and I get the fussin'. I'm like a pair of titties, I be bustin' out for nothing. See a chick, catch her eye, you wanna fuck a fight. I'm only single for the night, so hurry up and buy. I'm a token, black card, I'm staying with the white. And I might pull a Trump card and gamble with your life. Ay, oh, I said I might pull a Trump card and gamble with your life. Ay, oh, ay, Cashew.